Hello everyone and welcome to step number 1 in our guest bath number 2 tutorial. Today we're going to start off with step number 1, which is how to measure for a new guest bath. So let's take a look and see what we're going to try to achieve here. What we're going to basically be doing is taking a look at a sort of a furniture style guest bathroom cabinet. Now this is a pretty simple one. I wanted to show off a little bit more of the shaker profile in a paint grade application. And we're also going to be doing some real wide sort of real wide legs at the end of the cabinet, which is basically going to be our finished end, the wide base finished ends. Now, if you see here, this actual piece is actually pulled off of the wall to make it more of a freestanding look, and then basically it all drops down to the floor and gives you a sort of a little bit more of a furniture style vanity look. Okay, so this is also going to have 2 sinks, and then I'm making this one very symmetrical, like basically a mirror image straight down the center here. It just creates a real nice contemporary and, or I guess easy to look at, clean line vanity. So let's get started. Looking at our blank wall here, I'm going to show you exactly how to measure, how to figure out all the measurements for this whole piece here. Let's go back up to the top view. Alright, so first thing you want to do is take your center line. Now most likely your vanity is going to have some sort of a toilet already on the wall. If you're going to be remodeling, then you'll basically have the toilet already in place. So in this case, you're going to want to take the center line of your toilet. That's going to be what we're going to start off with here. And basically that's from this point here all the way over here to the center line of the toilet. Alright, and I'm coming up with 121.5 is the dimension from one area to the other. So let's just draw a line here. 121.5. There we go. So all I'm doing is I'm just drawing a line. Man, I'm going to switch colors here. There we go. 121.5 dimension from the wall. That's basically from the sheetrock to the center line of the toilet. Now we know from our previous tutorials, really other ones on the website, that we're going to go from the center line and we're going to go 16 inches off. Okay, so 121.5 minus 16. That would achieve basically the dimension from here to here, which is 105.5. Now I'm going to change that. Alright, so 105.5. So that's basically the dimension of what we could do with our cabinets. Now, we're going to hold our cabinet off of the wall here just a little bit to give it that more of a freestanding look. Okay? So I'm going to start off with basically trying to figure out, the actual measurement here. So I'm going to take 8 inches. And you could do, just don't go less than 6 from the wall here. So what I would recommend doing is basically coming off of the wall by about, let's just say 8 inches in this case. Okay, so I'm going to start my cabinets here, and then I'm going to go all the way over here. So now, the dimension of my cabinets that I need to use, that I have to work with, is going to be 97.5. And I calculated that by taking 8 inches off to leave a space of 8 inches between the cabinets and the wall. So this is just going to be an open space right here to give it that freestanding look. So I'm going to circle the dimension here. We know we need 97.5 inches of cabinets. And to kind of conclude our measurements there, basically going 16 inches off of the center line of our toilet to the start of the cabinet run. I'm going to leave an 8-inch space to the start of our cabinet run. So really from here to here is where my cabinets are going to start out at, or where they're going to be placed. Okay, so that's pretty much the dimensions, the width of our cabinets. Now, let's take a look at one other thing here I want to get into, and that is going to be the plumbing. Now, there's always going to be plumbing going on behind your sinks, whatever you need to. Let's just say, for example, you got one there, and it starts there, I guess, and then it stops, say, right there. Now, you're going to see 3 different pipes pretty much pulling off of the wall. And these are just, I'm just throwing these random numbers out here that we're going to be able to work around later on in this tutorial. So basically what I'm saying here is that at 32 and 7/16 from this wall out to here, our plumbing is going to start. Okay, and basically you'll see a sort of, let's just say you have a pipe sticking off the wall, like right there. And then over here you have the last pipe. There's usually 3 pipes. Let's say they look something like that. And the last pipe stops at, that's not right, sorry about that. I'm just going to draw another line here. So let's just say it starts here and it ends roughly here. It's about 40 1/4. So between 32 and 40 and a quarter. So basically what we want to really do is just make sure that we are set up that this area right here needs to be reserved for plumbing. Okay, so that's just sink number one. Now we're doing a double sink vanity, so there's probably going to be more plumbing here. Let's just say that there's more plumbing, and let's just say it goes from here to, let's say it starts right there, 84. No, that'll work. I'm just throwing these numbers out randomly. Now you can actually take these measurements from your house when you're doing it, but anyway, so that'll be roughly somewhere in here. So let's just say it starts here. Your plumbing outline is really going to be that area. Okay, so that's our dimension for our plumbing. Now we know that, we know where that is, so you could either mark that on your graph paper or a computer program, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to erase these numbers and ensure that they stay there. So I've got plumbing here, I got plumbing here. I'm going to make sure there's land inside of my sink cabinet. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is let's open up, I guess, well, since we already have all of our dimensions, that kind of concludes our little measuring tutorial for this guest bath number 2. So we know that our plumbing comes off of the wall, starts, stops, starts and stops. We know the dimension, the width of our cabinet, which is 97.5. That's our actual cabinet width that's going to be going on here. And we also kind of dictated how we started the end of the cabinet run, which is 16 inches away from the center line of our toilet here. So also we have an 8-inch space over here. So that's pretty simple for this one. Let's move on to step number 2.